Okay, there's been a major shake-up in the humanoid robot industry. The man who built Tesla's brain just defected to the competition, and he may be taking the secrets of mass production with him. We're talking about a move that changes everything for Boston Dynamics. Plus, there have been some wild predictions for how quick production is scaling around the globe. We are officially on the J-Curve. Welcome to 2026. Welcome back to the Humanoid Report. One thing we look at in many different tech industries, especially with hardware, is the iPhone moment. We all know what happens when that moment happens, and it is the trajectory going straight up. So 2026 isn't just a new year, it's the new baseline. We aren't looking at just prototypes and R&D anymore, we're looking at actual products. Today we're looking at the recent hire by Boston Dynamics, as well as the Chinese price crash that is making robots cheaper than human workers, and the 2040 roadmap that analysts have predicted will lead to 1 billion robots on Earth. Let's dive in. For years, Milan Kovac was the golden boy at Tesla. He was the VP of the Optimus program, the guy essentially translating Elon's wild visions into actual code and metal. He was instrumental in building the autopilot stack that allows Optimus to navigate a factory. Well, Kovac left Tesla, but he didn't just retire to a nice beach in Hawaii. He was poached by Hyundai Motor Group to act as a top advisor and director for Boston Dynamics. Kovac said this in a post on X: "I want to thank Elon Musk from the bottom of my heart for his trust and teachings over the decade we worked together. Elon, you've taught me to discern signal from noise, hardcore resilience, and many fundamental principles of engineering. I am forever grateful. Tesla will win, I guarantee you that." So Kovac literally stated he guarantees Tesla will win. I wonder if he's changed his mind. So why does this matter? Because Boston Dynamics has always been the research king. Their robots could do backflips, but they couldn't hold down the 9-to-5 job. Hyundai is tired of backflips. They want return on investment. They need that ROI. Bringing in Kovac is a clear signal. They're taking the Tesla approach to manufacturing. They don't want a robot that dances. They want a robot that works. Hyundai just announced plans to establish a production system capable of 30,000 units per year by 2028. That's not a typo. They're building a robotics meta plant, likely in Georgia, where Atlas units will start by sequencing parts for Kia and Hyundai cars. Think about the synergy here. Hyundai owns the factories, they own the logistics, and now they own the guy who knows how to mass produce AI brains. This transitions Atlas from a YouTube celebrity to a blue-collar worker. And speaking of blue-collar workers, Tesla isn't taking this lying down. We've seen rare early feedback on the Optimus Gen 3. Sources suggest this new iteration is lighter, faster, and features a new tactile hand design that is terrifyingly close to human dexterity. Elon is still claiming millions of units, but while Tesla talks, Hyundai is quietly building the factory infrastructure to actually deliver. It's going to be a race and it's going to be a good one. But while the giants fight over the factory floor, something a little bit weirder and much smaller is happening elsewhere. Something in a backpack. This is a humanoid robot that fits in a backpack. Agibot, a Chinese startup founded by genius boy Peng Ziwei, I'm sure I butchered that name, just released this thing in January. It's 31 inches tall, crash resistant, and is open source. Why do I care about a tiny robot? Because of what it represents: commoditization. We're seeing a massive price collapse. Agibot and Unitree are leading a race to the bottom, and that benefits us, the consumers. Look at the Unitree G1. This full-size humanoid is selling for roughly $16,000. That's cheaper than an average second-hand car. How are they doing this? It comes down to the supply chain. A company called Leadshine just crushed it at CES 2026. They're mass producing the joints and frameless motors that make these robots move. Leadshine is entering the US and European supply chains, meaning the components to build a robot are becoming as standard as the components to build a laptop. We're crossing the cost threshold here. By the end of this year, analysts predict the cost of a humanoid robot will officially drop below the annual cost of a human worker in high-wage countries. Think about that for a business owner. A $16,000 one-time payment for a robot that works 24/7 and never needs a break. That's a math problem that solves itself. We're expecting global production to hit around 50,000 to 100,000 units this year alone. That's a hockey stick curve if I've ever seen one. So where does this all lead? If 2026 is the year of the product, what's the end game? New reports from Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, backed by visionaries like Brett Adcock and Elon Musk, are painting a picture that sounds like sci-fi, but the maths checks out. They're predicting a global population of 1 billion humanoid robots by 2040. Know what I said there? That's not just a random daydreaming number from the founders of humanoid companies, but actual investment analysts saying that. Have a look at this graph. There are many different factors that can make this happen, and many different industries that will benefit from the mass production of humanoids, and, truth be told, some that may not, depending on how you look at it, and if you're in a job that can't compete. But that's a discussion for another time. What's one of the most critical industries that is crying out for more workers? That's right, social care, especially the elderly. It's a low-paying industry, despite how important it is, and with birth rates falling whilst life expectancy rises. Well, you do the maths. So what if we had humanoids that could do the jobs for us, always be there for them, no need to take breaks, no extra cost for sleeping over, no getting sick, and most importantly, becoming companions, because by the time 2040 comes, they'll be just like speaking to real people. But one key question: will governments put their hands in their greedy pockets to buy the robots outright for people that need them? Or maybe it's something different. To get there, we're going to see a shift to RAS, Robots as a Service. You won't buy a robot for $50,000, you'll hire one for $10 per hour. This year, 2026, 1X is already shipping their Neo Android to homes on a pre-order basis. The Neo is designed to be safe, soft and quiet. It's not a factory worker, it's a butler. We also have Ubitech aiming for a 10x production boost to 5,000 units this year. The floodgates are well and truly opening. By 2030, we expect prices to hit the $20,000 range for high-end models, and maybe even $5,000 for basic domestic assistance by 2035. At that price, a robot isn't a luxury, it's an appliance. It's a washing machine that walks. And just like a dishwasher, everyone will want one. We are living through the biggest industrial shift since the steam engine. The hardware is being produced, the AI is learning, and the prices are crashing. The only question left is, are we ready? Are you ready? AI is already taking jobs at a rapidly increasing rate, and the jobs we thought would be safe, your gardeners, your brickies, your cleaners, may actually be running out of time. If you could have a small fleet of robots that can visit your customers, do the work for a fifth the price of a human worker, they don't need to take breaks, they don't get sick. If one of them learns a new skill, the others instantly learn that skill as well. Enough said. This is the Industrial Revolution 2.0, and I think if you listen hard enough, you can hear the Luddites calling. So here's my question. If a humanoid robot costs, let's say, $10,000 to $15,000, the price of an affordable second-hand car, would you buy one? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the curve. The technology is moving so fast, and we're here to make sure you don't get left behind. I'll see you in the next one.